We end up with 12 assists to their 19. We ran the offense much better in the second half, as you could tell just by that stat alone. Individually, for the victorious Flyers, again, we had slow starts for some of our main scorers, but they also did come out in the second half to make a difference. So Grace Hilbert, slow start, but ends up with 13 points to lead the way. So very nice second half indeed. 13 for her. Again, Kat had a really slow start. Only had 2 points at the break, but she ends up with 12 for the ball game. Nice job for Kat, 5 rebounds as well. 12 points as well for Taylor Galusa with 5 boards. Also had a block and an assist in the game. So 12 for her. So those 3 players in double digits, plus Tara Galusa in doubles with 11 today. 2 of 5 from beyond the arc, 4 rebounds and a steal for Tara Galusa. 7 for Shanton Brown, 7 for Motts, 8 for K-Barth Lofton. Got a couple of key threes as well, so she finishes with 8. And then you go down to 3 for Courier today. Had foul trouble all day long, so really with a rough day. Just 1 of 5 from the field, only 13 minutes played because of foul trouble. Had just 3 points. Be better days for her, but you know, despite her poor, her off night, Flyers survive in this one. Lindenwood ends up with 18 to lead the way for Uzovic, the reigning player of the week. 18 for her, 15 for McCorkle, 13 for Fury. Those 3 players, the only 3 in double digits for them, because after that you have to go down to 7 for McGrath, 6 for Stuyvesant, then a bunch of 3s for Neff, Kraft, and Handy. So Lewis Yu does a nice job defensively holding down Uzovic in a sense, because really she was 6 of 12 from the field. So you hold her to 50% from the field, you've done a nice job. Now she did have a double-double, 18-point, 11 rebound day. But she's player of the week, one of the best players in this conference for a reason. And you still get it done and win by 5, 73-68. I don't know if Matt, oh, there he is. Tell you what, Matt, why don't you go to the other side of me if you can get by. Or I'll tell you what, yeah, you can sit there and I will, that's all right. Nope. I was sort of both. I was trying to talk to you and the radio at the same time. And here is Matt. And I said at one point in the game, you've given some really good teams really good games, and coming up on the short side. For this one, this time you want to get the W, and you did, so congratulations.
Hey, it feels nice to be coming out on the winning end. There wasn't any moral, there were moral victories, but it's nice to get the W too.
Well, I was just about, I think I had said that. It was like, no more silver linings. You got to get wins, and you did it tonight.
Yeah, and I thought the team was super relentless. Like, that's one of the things that we talked about in the locker room is at the beginning of the game and at halftime, who are we? And they said was relentless, and I thought we were. I thought we were patient offensively in the second half, and if we hit some free throws down the end, it might have been a little further. But you know what? Credit to Lindenwood for making it that close.
Well, and you knew that they were not going to give in. They jumped out to that 8-point lead early, but like you say, your team never panicked.
Yeah, and I think that's that's our team. We have a really, really good group of girls that are super skilled, and we are just learning how to win against senior competition. You look at Lindenwood, and they have a couple grad seniors. Ruzovic is a grad senior. Furing is a redshirt senior. They have another Handy who's a redshirt senior. And so that's huge for us. That's a team of sophomores, and Amelia Motts played really well in the fourth quarter. So, that's our grad transfer doing some things for us.
Well, that's the thing, because, Lily had a rough night, so then Mott steps up.
Right. Yeah. And talking to Lily and Kat and everyone who missed some time with COVID after the break, like, this game is going to take some time to get into. You haven't played in a month. It's been a calendar year.
Right.
And so it's going to take some time to get into it. So, but Lily hit a huge 3, and then, Amelia came back and she played hard and she worked her tail off, and she does that in practice, so it's great to see it translate to the game.
Well, and two of your key players. You know, Grace had a rough first half, and Kat had a rough first half, and you were still only down 2, so that was encouraging.
Yeah, it was super encouraging. And we talked about the rebounding margin. You know, that's kind of our Achilles heel.
Yeah.
We were minus 11 in the first half, and we made a clear goal, and it said if we win the rebounding margin in the second half, we win the game. Because we're minus 11 right now, and we can be like, and we're only down 2. So if we can tighten that up, if we can get some more offensive rebounds, and if we can be patient offensively, and I thought we did a good job of being patient offensively, especially in the fourth quarter of like, hey, we're going to get a great shot on the third side, not necessarily the first.
But then again, Grace and Kat had great second halves, and it pays off. And the other key stat was turnovers.
Yeah.
4.
I didn't look at that. I didn't see that.
It was 13-4 in turnovers.
Hey, and that's huge, right? So if we're not going to win the rebounding battle, at least we can minimize the possession battle with turnovers. You know, and I think, again, they're patient. They did some good things. We have some ballers, and you know, and we were without Steph Hart too, who is kind of like the glue person for us. She defends the best team, the other team's best player. She knocks down shots. She gets to the hoop. So for our team to be this resilient without, you know, one of our key players, that was huge.
Tara does not play like a freshman, by the way.
You know, we've always talked about it, and I feel as college coaches, you know, January, you see freshmen either like break or you see them take off. And, you know, Tara was one who didn't get sick with COVID after break, so she got a lot of time here. And when we went on our trip to Truman and Drury, you know, like, it was fun to see her personality come out. And I think she's just playing, you know, she's playing calm. And so I think she doesn't play like a freshman. Nothing really frazzles her. You know, against Drury, she hit 2 technical foul shots to give us the lead back after losing a 19-point lead. So she really has a great demeanor about her, which is fun to watch.
And Kay hit a couple of big threes.
Yeah. And man, I thought everyone who played did something positive for us. You know, and Lily in the second half hit a big 3. In the third, Kay gave us great energy in the first half when we were really struggling.
Shunted too.
Yeah, you know, we joke a lot. Sean's such a hard worker, you know, and Sean and I always talk. She always wants to challenge me to shooting contests. You know, last year when we shot, it was no contest. I would wipe the floor. But you know, this year she's got some game, and you know, we always joke because teams see her and they see the stats from last year and they go, no, she's not a shooter. And this year, like, you got to treat her as a shooter. She is confident, and you know, she just makes big plays, and I think she's just tough. And like, what a great kid from Joliet who stayed, that wanted to play basketball, that like has gotten better every single year. And it's kind of crazy because she redshirted her freshman year, then had the COVID year. Like, she's a freshman. She's a freshman.
Yeah, that's really true. That's really true. And she's going to play if she stays.
Yeah, oh yeah. You know, and her work ethic is great. Like, we just want kids who work hard, and we have kids who work hard. So that's really positive.
So we finally got to see you play, and now you go on the road for 3 games.
Hey, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how the reschedule is gonna. Like, we maybe are able to reschedule a home game in there, but we'll have to work through that. But yeah, we got Indy coming up, who, you know, they beat us the first game. We had kind of 8 girls out with flu, and then we have Southern Indiana, who is a top 25 team. So, you know, there's never an off night in the GLVC. It's great competition. So I think if we can get on a nice little streak here, we'll be all right. And our team's confident. Our team is super confident.
It's a talented squad. These last few games have proved it. So a chance to get Steph back this weekend?
Probably not this weekend. She's got to go through her 10-day quarantine, and then she's got to go through her return to play. So hopefully following, but again, we have to see how that goes.
All right, well, best of luck on the road.
Thanks, Mark.
All right, nice job. Nice win for the Flyers over a very good team, 73-68. So Lewis wins it by 5 in game 1. We'll take a 2-minute break, come back, and get you ready for game 2. We'll talk men's play as the men right now are on the floor in their pregame shoot-around. Back in 2 on the Flyers Sports Network. Back to Neil Carey Arena. I'm Mark Vasco. Phil Cantu back at our WJOL studios. Time for Lewis men's hoops. Women get the win, 73-68. And now it's the Lewis Flyers men taking on Lindenwood. Now the Flyers, it's been a crazy year for everybody. We're the first place Flyers. We've won 4 in a row. We're 2-0 in the league. We just haven't played in almost a month, that's all. Lindenwood coming in 6-8, 2-4 in conference play. So we were the underdog on the women's side. I guess theoretically we're the favorite on the men's side, despite the fact that we have not played in so long. But this pregame show, the Loyola Medicine pregame show, providing quality and innovative care that focuses on the body and soul. Loyola Medicine. So Lewis went into the break winning 4 in a row. The problem is they have not played since December 20th now. Connor Nego was really on a tear prior to missing all of this action because of COVID. He was the reigning player of the week right around Christmas time. Matter of fact, he had earned his second player of the week. The senior out of Western Springs, transferring in, of course, from Holy Cross. He had led Lewis with 20 points and 8 rebounds in that big upset win over number 16 Ferris State. That's the last game that we played on December 20. We won it because Connor was outstanding, 20-8. He went 7 of 10 from the field, 2 of 3 from beyond the arc, scoring 20 points for the 3rd consecutive game. And again, Connor Nego was the player of the week a couple of weeks back while we were winning that nice stretch of games. The key, again, was over a ranked team in Ferris State that was 9-1 at the time. We were 4-4 at the time. Actually, we were 3-5, come to think of it, at the time, and win that game in the big upset fashion. And win it 90-85. Nego with 20 points. We had a great all-around game from just about everybody. Connor with 20 and 8. You had 15 for Dre Bell in that game, 14 for Dion Edgem, 12 for Bruno Williams, and 12 for the freshman guard Anthony Sales. And Sales, he's been slow to work his way into the lineup, but he has really found himself, and he's going to be a key for us the rest of the way because we need a point guard. He's a freshman, one of the best players in the state of Illinois as a high schooler last year, and he has really come on to be key for us and will be key the rest of the way. So Flyers in a big game tonight, back on the floor finally against Lindenwood, because after that game against Ferris, we had to cancel a game against East-West University, cancel a game against Springfield, cancel a game against Southern Indy, cancel against Truman, cancel against Drury, cancel against Umsel, cancel against McHenry. So we've had to cancel 7 in a row. Finally playing tonight against Lindenwood. We'll hear from Coach Rocco, our assistant coach, after this 2-minute timeout, 2 minutes on WJOL.
Well, what should we talk about? I don't know, because I'd like to ask you about games, but Ferris State seems like so long ago, and I don't even know if it has any bearing on anything anyway.
Did we even...
Welcome back to Lewis U. Talk to one of our assistant coaches, Coach Rocco, about this crazy layoff and where we stand. Let's listen in.
Well, what should we talk about? I don't know, because I'd like to ask you about games, but Ferris State seems like so long ago, and I don't even know if it has any bearing on anything anday.
Did we even play Ferris State this year? No, we didn't. We played them last year, technically.
Well, right.
Yeah.
It was a nice win, by the way.
It was. It was our last game, and at least we can go off that today. So.
That was December 20th.
Yeah, it was a long time ago, and I think we were really building something, and guys were starting to learn and play together and play our way and playing well together. And unfortunately, you know, circumstances being COVID and all, and you got to roll with the punches.
Well, that was my next question, because it seemed you were struggling early. You finally found an identity. You figured out who you were, and you know, Connor had stepped up. He'd been outstanding. You're thinking we have a go-to guy. Everything's good, and then you shut it all down forever. So you don't really know what you're going to see tonight, do you?
No, I mean, I think when you're off for that amount of time, you like to hope that the habits that you've instilled, especially during that great coming together last stretch of 4 to 5 games, you'd like to think and hope that those habits are still ingrained in our guys. There's only one way to find out, and that's tonight at 7:30.
Right,
We'll
exactly right. And the other positive I thought was Sales seemed like he figured it out too. Like he really started to contribute in things, and especially for a freshman and a true freshman, to then not play for a month, you just hope that stays.
Yeah, no, credit to him. He's been in the gym extra super early when we were allowed to get in the gym. But also credit to his teammates. They've kept on him, and they've really, really helped build his confidence. And like, hey, you're Anthony Sales. You're a good basketball player. You're here for a reason. You're a true freshman for a reason. You're playing. And yeah, I think he'll be okay. I mean, I think our guys are going to be okay in the sense where,
because you need him.
We do. You know, he's an integral part of this team. He allows us to stretch the floor. He gives us another offensive look. He's physical. He can play above the rim. I think our guys, I'd like to think, and I think our guys are going to know, and we're veteran enough. We've been there last year. We did it. We've been through it together. So kind of nothing new in that regard. COVID, been there, done that. Let's go play. You know?
Was there something that flipped the switch for Connor?
You know, I think there's just a moment that the team had together a little ways back, and I think everybody just started playing together, getting a feel for each other a little more. I mean, you do add new pieces to the puzzle. It's going to be a little slow starting, and you know, it's just, I think there's a good balance, and I think Connor stepped up in a mature way and said, you know what, I need to start playing better. I'm going to be a little bit more vocal. I'm going to wake guys up. He's been stepping up.
It's his team.
Yeah, I mean, I think the best thing with Connor too is he leads by example on and off the court, and I think the other guys really vibe well with him. He's a good guy, and I think when Connor says, hey, we gotta do this, I think guys listen, and I think everybody for that point has done a better job of doing that, hence, you know, the correlation of playing a little bit better.
Well, and then the other thing too, it's more fun to win, man. It's just so much more. And once you get a taste of that, I think you want to keep going.
Once you argue less and you kind of you sweat a little more together, and the results show, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna try and do this a little bit. So it was good.
And good indeed, no doubt about that. So, well, thanks to Coach Rocco for spending a couple of minutes. Just about set for the starting lineups to be announced to the crowd. Our lineups brought to you by Valley View Dental, by the way. A family practice that treats you like family and the official dental provider for Flyer Athletics. Let's go down to the floor.
On the campus of Lewis University for tonight's men's NCAA Division II Great Lakes Valley Conference basketball matchup featuring the Lions of Lindenwood University and Lewis University. The Great Lakes Valley Conference seeks to establish and maintain an inclusive culture that fosters equitable participation for student athletes as well as career opportunities for officials, coaches, and administrators from diverse experiences and backgrounds. Tonight, to commemorate Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day, we are pleased to feature Lift Every Voice and Sing as our show of support and recognition of marginalized communities during these challenging times of racial inequality and social unrest. The GLVC, Lewis University, University and Lindenwood University will stand together as one. As such, we invite you to join our continual efforts to listen, learn, lead, and love.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the
And would you please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem? Let's meet tonight. Starting lineup, starts for the Lions. At one guard, a 5'10" senior from New Orleans, Louisiana, number 1, Jacoby Ross. At a second guard, a 6'2" junior from St. Joseph, Illinois, number 2, Brandon Trimble. At a third guard, a 5'11" junior from Alton, Illinois, number 11, Kevin Caldwell Jr. At one forward, a 6'8" freshman from Chesterfield, Missouri, number 15, Frazier Potts. And at the other forward, a 6'7" senior from Chicago, Illinois, number 24, Ronello Lorette. The Lions are coached by Kyle Gerdeman, assisted by Chris Cornelius, Tommy Appenauer, and Terry Holland. And now, let's meet yours. At one guard,
here at LSU. Again, I'm Mark Vasco. It's time for Lewis Flyers men's basketball, finally. It has been a long, long wait. Indeed, since December 20, we've seen the men on the floor. Now, Lindenwood has lost a couple of games of late to COVID. They had to cancel Southern Indy and Indy back in the first week of January, basically. But since then, they've played twice. Lost at Springfield, 98-66. But most recently, on Saturday, they beat Quincy, 80-77. So they're coming off a victory. See how they do here this evening. They're led by 3 players in double digits. Jacoby Ross is at 19 a game. Romello Burrell at 17 a contest. And then Caldwell at 13 a game. Lindenwood wins the tip. There in the black. Flyers in the white. Right to left in front of me. Go the Lions, who have it. Get it right into the paint. Fade away from 12 to get them started. No. Rebound comes down to LSU. Flyers paced by the 16 a game for Connor Nego. Sankaya for 3. Top of the key is good. 16 for Nego. 12 for Bruno Williams. 9 for Bo Frericks. 7 for Dion Edgem. 5 for Sankaya. 5 for Bell. 5 for Marquise Jackson off the bench, and 5 as well for the freshman guard Anthony Sales Jr. They get their first bucket. 3-2. Flyers come into the front. Now Dion Edgem still in COVID protocol, so Dion, one of our big men, not going to be available here tonight. Nice little give and go. We get it to Nego going to the bucket. He lays it up and in. 5-2 Flyers early, and they'll drive middle of the lane, get contact before any shot. Caldwell is fouled by Sankaya. So baseline left for Lindenwood. So welcome into the conference website. Audio here and video combined, as well as at WJOL and WJOL.com. On the radio side is that wing tray, no good for Caldwell. And Flyers come into the front. On their little weave, Dre Bell. And Flyers have won 4 in a row. It's back in December when that happened, but still. And again, a key 2-0 in the lead. Drive left side, Kyle left side layup is good. So AK with a nice bucket and a good start for him. It's 7-2 early. Go down underneath. And a little pump fake to get him free, but then Ott misses the shot. And Lewis gets the rebound. So Sankaya now drives, left side hand, goes up, gets that hand slapped. He'll be fouled and he'll shoot 2. So about 2 minutes in, Lewis by 5 and a chance for more from AK. Again, this was a slow start for this squad. But again, with so many new players, that was to be expected, but there were some growing pains. This team did figure it out. But they had, what, 4 losses in a row at one point prior to the 4-game win streak. But they beat Indy 85-71. Top McHenry 78-62. Rolled over St. Francis 82-45, and then held off number 16 in the country, Ferris, beat him 90-85. Back before Christmas. Free throw rattled in for AK. He'll get 1 more. But again, after that, 7 cancellations in a row. And they're talking about maybe being able to make up some games. And or maybe expanding the conference tournament. A lot of things still to be determined because so many teams have had to cancel games. Free throw, good there. So 9-2 Lewis here in the early going. Lindenwood comes front. Again, hardly any fans in the stands. You've had to go back to basically eliminated that. 3-pointer up top is good. Brandon Trimble. St. Joe Ogden High School in Illinois. Again, Lindenwood from just outside St. Louis and St. Charles, Missouri. They run the weave to the Flyers. Go high right side, Bruno Williams. Bruno, high left side, Boucher. Boucher to the baseline, turn, spins, fade away from 18, it rattles out, rebound Lions. Back on offense. Oh, great job by Boucher. Causes a jump ball. Got his hand on top of the ball against Caldwell, who then just grabbed it and then landed with it. And we get it on the arrow. Excuse me. I got my booster about a week ago, and I've had a stuffy nose and a cough ever since. I'm fine, but I sound like I've got a cold more than anything. Drive down low, and Bruno gets it knocked away from him and taken away by Lindenwood as they basically triple teamed him in the left block. Flyers by 4 for the moment. Lions with it. And up top to Jacoby Ross from Alabama State, a transfer in. Drive right side, goes under the basket, back outside. They take a 3, miss that. On rebound, AK got a hand on it, but then tipped out of bounds to Lewis Lee. Last touch by Ross.
Shut up. That's a warning on this guy right here. Right here.
16:51 to play in the first half. 9-5 Lewis. A warning to the Lindenwood bench. Don't hear the ref too often tell him to shut up. Probably heard that on the crowd mic. It was one of the assistant coaches, I think. Either that or a bench player. It was not the head coach. Connor Nego, turnaround from 10, won't go. Rebound Lindenwood. Get him up top once again to stay away from everybody, since I'm not wearing a mask. Rattle the 3, so it's not muffled when you hear me. He missed that long jumper. Flyers the rebound up here. In the rafters, basically. Looking down on things. Bruno, right corner, Boucher. Nego, right block, back to the basket. Back outside, Bruno. They double him on the wing. So Nego will take a 3. Rattle it in and out. Rebound Lindenwood. So our lead stays at 4. They'll launch a 3, right corner. Missed that from Trimble, but they get an offensive rebound, keep it alive, and in the paint. And that'll be missed by Brandon Suggs, 6'8" senior from Rockford. Didn't square to the basket, kind of shot it sideways and it ringed off. Fadeaway Boucher from 17, no good. So both teams trading misses here of late. And the rebound comes down Lindenwood. Run the floor. Ross blocked by Nego out of bounds. Clean block. And we'll bring in 3 new players. Try to get a hot hand going here. I think we're going to get a media timeout. Yep, 15:26 for the half. 9-5 Flyers. Back in a minute on the Flyers Sports Network.
See why their deep dish pizza was voted #1 in Chicago by the Chicago Tribune and WCNTV. Stop by Bangor Pizza Rodeo at 646 North Independence Boulevard and mention the Flyers. All we was family and snacks, students alumni whose parents get 10% off their order all year long. Place your order tonight at BangorPizza.com.
So 9-5 Flyers early. Looking at, excuse me, Lindenwood. They had a back-to-back overtime games back around Thanksgiving. They lost an OT game to Maryville, 90-84. And then a couple days later, beat Quincy in overtime, 91-87. Of course, their women had a couple of double overtime games. They've had a couple of single OTs. Next up for them, they go back home after tonight and play Jewel and Truman. We're on the road for 3 after today. So finally get to play And back on the road. We won't see them again until February 3rd after today here on this broadcast. They missed a shot, get an offensive rebound, missed a tray in the corner. Then Flyers come down with it. Long jumper was missed by Caldwell. Flyers, Marquise Jackson. Left side on the wing. Frericks misses a three. It was halfway in and came out. So those two guys on the floor, and Sales on the floor now as well at a point guard position. So AK and Nigo stay on the floor. Those three new players. Sales, the freshman out of Notre Dame College Prep. Went to Niles, Notre Dame, where he was one of the top 10 high school players in the state a year ago. Marquise Jackson, the senior from Macon, Georgia, by way of South Georgia State. They've got the ball. Frericks, the 6'1" sophomore from Cary Grove. Whistle off the ball. Foul on the Flyers. Well, they've got it with 19 on the shot clock. Get it up top. Ross on the dribble, high left. Back up top to Burrell. Burrell 9 on the shot clock. Pulls up an 18-footer, banks it in over AK. Tough shot. Banked it home. And our lead is just 9-7. Flyers have been cold for a while on offense. Got to get something figured out here. We are just 3 of 9. The Lindenwood, 3 out of 13. So neither team's sparkling from the field right now. Marquise split a double team, and they're going to say jump ball. And on top of the double team. We're still trying to find a spark. Connor will come and get a breather. And we know we're going to get effort from Vlado Zernic, 6'6" junior from Greendale, Wisconsin. 9-7. Flyers by just 2. We're 6 minutes in. Front court for Caldwell. Alton High School. Ross looking down low, can't find anybody, so back up top to Burrell. Out of Morgan Park High School, Burrell, 8-footer, banked it in. Now they're using the glass nicely here. Good angle shots, banking them home, and we're at a 9-9 tie now. Jackson high right. Drives right. Stops in the wing. Goes up top, AK. Now Frericks. They'll drive left. Find Jackson. Dishes right corner for a Sales three that's no good. And the rebound comes down to the Lions. Drive in a hurry out of the basket, and they're going to say a little hand check foul on AK. So Sankai the whistle against Caldwell. They'll bring in 23, Case Kitchell, 6'8" sophomore from Walton, Indiana. By the way, they do have Trayton Trice on the Lindenwood roster from Romeoville High School. So less than a mile down the road. Played his high school ball. The spinning jumper from 14 is good. Burrell off to a nice start. So see if we can see Trace today. I would imagine they'll find a way to get him in. Jackson drives right, lays it up and in. So the Lindenwood lead short-lived. We tie it up at 11. But after a nice start, they did a nice job to fight back and take a short-lived lead. Although AK knocks a pass away, but now they will get it back again. Left corner, wide open three, missed it. AK the rebound. Boy, Caldwell was wide open. We had a 9-2 lead, and all of a sudden they led 11-9. Now 11-11. Frericks up top for three, missed it. Rebound comes down to the opposition. Boy, the ball just won't go in the bucket right now for Lewis. Outside for three, Ross. No. Back tap, nice job, AK. Tipped it to Jackson for the rebound. So Lewis will walk it into the front. Boy, Flyers just 4 of 12 from the field. Left side, Sales for an open three in the wing. Got it. Sales, the freshman, with a big tray. 14-11 Lewis. Outside jumper for three, there, no good. And they're going to get an over-the-top foul as well. So Trimble missed it, and then they get a foul from Kitchen. And checking in for Lewis will be Devin Vanderhyde, 6'7" freshman from Washington, Illinois. First, a media timeout. 11:35 for the first half. 14-11 Lewis. Back in a minute on the Flyers Sports Network.
Whether you're due for a routine checkup or need more advanced procedures like implants or braces, Valley View Dental offers a wide variety of procedures to fit your unique needs. Call 815-372-4100 to set up an appointment or consultation. Valley View Dental, a family practice that treats you like family, and the official dental provider for Flyer Athletics.
14-11 Flyers. As we said, Vanderhyde going to check in. We have not seen a lot of him in the early going when we broadcast things in early December. Averaged 16.5 points per game, playing all 4 years in the varsity at Washington High School. Love it down to him, but it's knocked away and intercepted. They're on the run. Swing it around. Go to the free throw line and stop. And trying to duck under and get a two-point shot away was Trimble, and it goes out of St. Joe Ogden. Good tough shot for Trimble. Vanderhyde was a 3A All-Stater as a junior and a first-team All-Stater. 3A in Illinois as a senior. First-team All-State. Getting some action here. Drive is Connernigo, right side, no. Rebound knocked out of bounds, we'll keep it. Added himself for not putting it in, but again, ball has had a tough time going in the hole right now here of late. Bring it in with 20 in the shot clock. Dre Bell to bring it inside court right. Dre looks. And goes way up top, Vanderhyde. High left side. Nothing there for Sales. So again, two really good freshmen. As Dre Bell, the fadeaway from 16 won't go. And another rebound comes down for Lindenwood. Our lead just one, 10.5 minutes to go in the half. It has been a struggle so far. But again, we have not played a game since December 20. You just kind of figured you'd be rusty. And not only that, you've hardly even practiced. Four on the shot clock. Three-pointer to beat the buzzer was Caldwell, and he put it in. They did a good job defensively there. They didn't have much going, but he bails them out by hitting the three. Our women had one 5-on-5 practice in a month before today's game. And I think the exact same for the men. Oh, three is good. Sales, a left wing tray. So we get the lead back, 17-16, and we get a steal. Vanderhyde knocked it away to Frerichs. To Bell, lays it up and in. Turnover turns into a bucket. And 19-16 Lewis. And I think the men, the same thing. We did not have a single 5-on-5 practice for the last couple of weeks, and we had one in the last month. Drive left. And the paint, Nigo blocks the shot. Clean block, Flyers pick it away as Burrell was denied. Lead pass to Sales, he slams it home. Timeout, Lindenwood. Sales with a couple of threes and now a slam. 9:08 to go here in the first half. 21-16. 30-second timeout. It's finally get this out of the way. I mentioned it once in the women's game and just wanted to mention it once here in the men's game. Just condolences to Les Grobstein's family, his wife. I don't even know what to say anymore. I mentioned it in the women's game. It's been a rough couple of weeks. We lost JD and now we lose Grobber. So Jeff Dickerson and Les Grobstein, two of the best and nicest guys in my business. We lost in the last couple of weeks. Way too soon for both of them. I worked with JD covering the Bears for a couple of years at Hallis Hall when Lovey was the coach. And JD could not have been any nicer. He and I worked next to each other side by side. We had desks next to each other in Hallis Hall when I covered the team. He was just a great guy. And then Grobber I've known since 1984. I worked with him for 7 years downtown. Sat next to him dozens of times in various press boxes, Wrigley and Comiskey and the Cell, etc. And again, just could not have been a nicer guy. And I wrote all about it on both of those guys in my blog if you want to check it out. markvasco.weebly.com, or if you go to @markvasco1, that's my Twitter. There's a link to it there. But again, both those guys are going to be sorely missed. They get it down to Brandon Suggs, and he'll bank it up and in. Then Suggs out of Rockford. He went to Winnebago High School. 21-18 Lewis leading the ball, 8:36 to go in the half. But when I woke up and saw that today about Grauer, man, Bruno from 14 won't go. Lindenwood the rebound. Especially so soon after JD. Just really rough. My wife's family lost a couple of people in the last week. There's just way too much death, man. I have put RIP to way too many people on social media here of late. Trimble misses a 3 left side. Flyers get the rebound. Left corner, Frericks takes an 18-footer, misses it. Brings out, rebound come down. Here the other way. Ross with it left side. Will drive baseline, gets fouled from behind before any shot by the Flyers. And now we'll get the media break. 7:54 for the half. 21-18. Lewis back in a minute on the Flyers Sports Network.
Create your own unique and perfect plate. The Gold Trail of Bolingbrook from Harvard Blue University at
Flyers trying to go 3-0 in the league. And again, if they don't make up a whole bunch of games, it still goes by percentages and records. I mean, again, we are literally still first place, despite the fact that it's 2-0. We're 2-0. Indianapolis is second at 4-1. Springfield 3-3. Southern Indy at 2-2, and McKendree 2-4 here in our Eastern Division. In the Central, Truman's 5-1, Umsel 4-2, Maryville 3-3, Lindenwood 2-4, Quincy 2-5. In the West, Southwest Baptist 4-1, Jewel 5-2, S&T 2-6, Drury and Rockhurst 1-4. They'll take a 3, miss that high right of the arc. Flyer get the rebound on this. Sherrod Taylor missed that, a 6'3" freshman from Youngstown, Ohio. Lewis in the front with the 3-point lead. 7:29 for the half. Bruno left side. Left corner, Sales for 3. Got another one! Sales! Oh, we're going to be good. Pardon me for saying that, but especially if you're a Lindenwood fan. But this team had a slow start. Coach was really struggling. But they have figured it out. This is even without Dion Edgem at the post. And we knew that Sales was going to, find himself. Well, we blew the whistle after the Flyers got the ball. I guess AK an offensive foul and a push. But this team has found itself. It's found its rhythm. Sales has found his confidence. It took him a while to get used to the college game despite his great high school career. But he's playing with confidence. And the one thing we were lacking was a confident point guard. We've got just about everything else. And if we can play like that the rest of the way, this is going to be a tough team to beat. 24-18. Ross. Pass knocked away and stolen. All the way, left side, layup, yes! The steal in the bucket at the other end for Drabel. 26-18. Of course, we are the defending conference champions. Drive right side, the little floater, yes! Tough shot, Jacoby Ross puts it in. Our lead trimmed to 6. And there's a long way to go in this game, and who knows what's going to happen. But you just look for signs, you know what I mean? Especially since we haven't seen this team play in so long. But the signs are there. This could be a good season with a lot yet to play. Driving baseline, AK, a push foul against him. No bonus yet. And we'll bring it in baseline left. Boucher back in, Bell will get a breather. Now the tough thing is we're going on the road now, play some big teams, and a big body in Dion Edgem. We'll miss him. He is still in COVID protocol. He might not get to play this weekend. That'll be a tough miss. Nigo, side Sales, a drive, pull up, 16-footer, good. Sales is feeling it. 28-20. Give you more on Sales in a bit. 5:45 for the half. Ross, you double him at the point. They'll pull up, take a shot anyway, miss a long 2, but they get a long rebound by Suggs. They get to start over, 18 on the shot clock. Go to Ross. Drive middle, and a bump foul on Nigo before any shot. Sales, a 4-time East Suburban Catholic Conference all-conference selection. So played as a freshman, was all-conference as a freshman. And, by the way, he was a 2-time all-conference quarterback in high school as well. Senior year, Niles Notre Dame was 15-3, 8-1 in conference. And he was the main reason why. They go outside. Pull-up jumper from 16, and they're going to call the foul on Caldwell, on Caldwell's jumper against Boucher. Can't believe it. But Caldwell will go to the line and shoot 2. Again, Sales ranked the 10th best player and 2nd best point guard in the entire state by Illinois Prep Hoops, who listed him the 9th best player overall in the state. Free throw good, and they ranked him number 167 in the nation. And I'm very happy to have him here, and it took him a while to get the feel of things, but he has arrived, and just in time for the Flyers. Free throw good. Our lead is 28-22. 5 minutes for the half. Free throw line, Nigo. Drive left. Double it. So kick it outside Boucher. Boucher back to Sales. Will attack. Flip it back out for a wide open Bruno Williams 3. Good! High right of the arc. Bruno hits the tray. Good patient offense by the Flyers. And the lead 31-22. One little weave. High left side to 13. Trent Champagne, 6'3" sophomore from St. Charles, Missouri. Outside jumper, no, and AK the rebound. 9-point lead on the ball, and Boucher to bring it front. Drive middle, and knocked away from behind. They're going to call Caldwell for the reach-in foul and knocking it away. Marquise Jackson in, Boucher out. But basically, Coach Rocco, I interviewed him for the pregame show, but we talked a bit beforehand, and he said, well, Sales has just spent a ton of time at the gym to shoot, and he's starting to get more confidence in himself, and the work is paying off. And AK, middle of the lane, layup good and a foul. Chance for a three-point play. And his teammates were telling him, look, you belong here. You're here for a reason. And you had all those rankings for a reason. You earned it. Just go out there and play like you can, and he has been lately, and it's making a big difference in us. Free throw short there for AK. 1 out of 2, and 33-22 to lead, 4:06 for the half. And by the way, how about Max Strus, man? Have you been seeing what Max Strus is doing with the Miami Heat? He is tearing it up. Steal by Nigo. Oh, they steal it right back. Ross from 14, no good. Rebound AK. The former Lewis Flyer, Max Strus, hasn't just been playing for the Miami Heat, he has been starting for the Miami Heat. Drive middle, AK, a little 6-footer, banked it in, strong move, AK. Our lead is 13, and then we steal the ball away. Oh, they steal it right back again. At least we slowed them down here. So we knocked it away, and Suggs finally saved it. We'll start over again with Caldwell. He has just been a three-point shooting machine for Miami, as Max Strus been lately. And he's been in the closing moments of games. He's been starting for them. He has been a huge addition to Miami as Suggs gets a little 6-footer in the paint to go. And our lead is 11, 3 minutes for the half. Jackson, high left side. He'll drive right, flip it back to Nigo. Nigo looks for help. Finds Sales. Sales back underneath. AK by himself, slammed on. Good feed, good patience. And a couple of slams here in the first half for us. Suggs tried to find a teammate. We steal it away. Nigo knocked it to AK. And Lewis. Had trouble scoring for a while in this game, but intensity has picked up. So is the offensive production. Bruno under the basket to Jackson. And he was fouled by Ross, who kind of got underneath him and didn't allow him to land. Then the media break. 2:26 for the half, 37-24. Flyers up. Back in a minute on WJOL. (37-24) Flyers, 2:26 for the half. But again, Max Strus, the former Flyer, has now started 8 games for Miami. He's averaging 12 points a game. And he's averaging 23 minutes a game. So, how about that for a guy that the Bulls gave up on? Yeah, nice job. Of course, this new Bulls regime has figured it out, but wouldn't have been nice if he would have been doing this here, but still pretty amazing to watch it for anybody in the NBA from a D2 level. Kendall McCullum, outstanding in Germany again this year. 8 on the shot clock. Jackson kicks it outside. Bruno Williams for 3. Got it. Right wing tray. Bruno Williams. 40-24. 2 minutes for the half. Jessica Kelleher the D2 Player of the Year a couple of years ago. Another tremendous year in Europe. Once again for her. So we've had some, you know, D2s go to Europe all the time. Knocked out of bounds. Lindenwood keeps it, but not too many D2s go to the NBA and not just go there, but are successful there, the way Max has been. Lob it up top. 15-foot jumper as Connor fell. That left his man wide open, but then Burrell missed the shot. Flyers get the rebound. Jackson flips it back out. Williams for three. Missed that. Rebound comes down Lindenwood, and then a reach and foul. Marquis trying to get it back. 1:35 to go in the half. 40-24 Lewis. So for now, 13 for Sales, 13 for Sankaya to lead the way. Burrell will be at the line here for Lindenwood. 7 for Caldwell to lead them, 6 for Burrell, and now 7 for him too. So he has a chance to take over the team lead in points if he hits this. 40-25 Flyers. Again, 95 seconds to go in the half. Luke Rennie, our sports information director, will join us at halftime. Free throw missed. Flyers get it. So kind of update us on all the other sports going on here at Lewis, because this has affected everybody, really. We've had some nice results, though, in other sports. We'll get you caught up. Marquis, high left side, Frericks. 10 on the shot clock. Bow drives, kicks it outside Bruno. Bruno Williams into the paint, kicks it back out. Sankaya fakes the three. Now he takes it, misses it. One rebound, Sankaya tracks it down. Now he'll drive to the bucket, lay it up, and run it in. Sankaya stuck with it and laid it in. 42-25. 55 seconds for the half. Ross. High left side, Burrell. Back Ross right side. He'll go baseline, bank it up, no. Good defense by Jackson. Rebound, Ego. Frericks, 30 seconds. About a 3-second difference, game clock and shot clock, but you may as well run down as much clock as you can here. With a 42-25 lead. So Jackson in the center circle as they spread it out. Right side, Williams. And Williams way up top lane. 10 on the shot clock. Still has it. Bounce pass Jackson. 2 on the shot clock. Knocked out of bounds. Well, we'll have 4 seconds for the half. 1 second on the shot clock when we bring it in. Baseline left of the hoop. It'll have to be a catch and shoot. Marquis Jackson to bring it in. Lobs in the paint. Sankaya couldn't get there. Knocked out of bounds, and that's that possession. 2.4 seconds for Lindenwood to go back the other way. So they'll have to go the distance here. 2.4. They'll inbound it. Get it to Ross. A couple of dribbles from half court. Hit the rim at the break though. Lewis 42, Lindenwood 25. Come back in 2 minutes on the Flyers Sports Network.
Right out, Flyer fans. It is time to play What's in Your Pocket, presented by Cover Strength Kitchen and Over.
It's been good.
So you've had well, it seems like it's been a year since I've been here, but I finally get to see your team play. Well, it seems like it's been a year. Well, what should we talk about? I don't...
Go to Cheddar's together. And at Cheddar's Scratch Kitchen, we're serving up homemade American classics at wall-pleasing prices. Visit us today at Remington Boulevard and Boulevard, or order online at cheddars.com. Lewis faculty and staff get 10% off their orders with a valid Lewis ID. Cheddar's Scratch Kitchen
Ricky's halftime show brought to you by Fat Ricky's of Romeoville, the official pizzeria of Flyers Athletics. Our women won tonight 73-68. Women lead at 42-25. And here on top here at the break, Luke Winning is our sports information director, and we had a chance to sit down and just sort of recap everything, talk a little bit about where the basketball teams are. There's a chance some games might be made up. Not a lot, but the thing is, you know, we've missed 6 games, but all those teams we will play again or have played again already. You know what I mean? So as long as you have one head-to-head, I think that's what they like. So as long as we make up maybe the one against UMSL, because they're the team we wouldn't play again, you know, maybe that's what you do, and then maybe you expand the conference tournament. Who knows? I mean, things are still going to be decided, but I think those are going to be the most likely, is just to expand things, just to try to make sure you played your division rivals at least once, that kind of a thing. But we'll see how it goes. As it is 42-25, let's talk to Luke about all sorts of things.
All right, Luke, well, we finally get to play again. Seems like I haven't been in this gym for a very long time.
Yeah, you know, it's really weird. I mean, you think about it, December 20th was the last home game for both the teams. I know women's basketball played a couple weeks ago at Truman and Drury, but, you know, really this is the first opportunity that I've had to watch the teams in person since right before Christmas when the women played Grand Valley and the men had that upset of Ferris State.
Well, and that's the thing about, you know, the men were off to kind of a slow start, and I know Scott was really, you know, he was really worried. That's the shame about this layoff, because it really seemed like they finally found themselves, and now they've had to sit around.
Yeah, you know, offensively, they've been very good. They've been averaging over 80 points a game. Field goal percentage has been way up. I think they were probably around 50%. Three-point shooting was better. Rebounding had gotten better. And it was going to be a slow start just because of the number of new faces that we were working in, and everybody trying to get on the same page. But yeah, you're right. I mean, we knew it was going to be tough taking the break just for a week, you know, and coming back. Let alone we didn't think it'd be almost a month.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And for the women, the shame is the same thing in a way, because even though there were losses, they went on the road against some really good competition. All, you know, just missed out on some wins. It seemed like they were turning the corner as well, and then they had to sit for a while.
Yeah, they were. They had a tough game before the break against Grand Valley, and Grand Valley's a really good team, but we were right there with them up until the end. Just they made a couple more plays than we did down the stretch. We take the break, and you know, we have to sit those first 2 games, come back, give the kids credit. I mean, with only 8 bodies, they went down and played 2 really good teams in Truman State. And don't let the score fool you. That was a 2-point game in the final minute, and Truman just made free throws, and we weren't able to get any closer. The game with Drury, I mean, that was it. We had a 19-point lead early in the 3rd quarter of that game. Granted, Drury without their All-American Paige Robinson right now, question of who knows when she's going to be back, but still a great effort. But it was just kind of Drury really ratcheted up the pressure on us in late 3rd, early 4th quarter, and we really had a hard time with our limited numbers, really had a hard time handling the pressure, and we had some opportunities in that game. So again, I don't want people looking at the score and go, oh, it was a 14-point loss. Oh, that was still a close game about halfway through the 4th quarter. Drury hit some big shots down the stretch, and again, we just kind of ran out of gas. But it'll be nice to see them have some healthy bodies, and hopefully be back a little closer towards full strength. Hopefully Jenna Badali's back tonight.
Well, and again, that was just a number 1 team in the country that just refused to lose.
Yeah.
And, on their own home floor, and you got to give them credit for it. So the other sports, where are we? Because you follow basketball, because obviously we do. I mean, because that's, you know, what we do here on the air on JOL. But what about some of the other sports here? How have things been?
So men's and women's track and field, they resumed their season Saturday at the Trine, at the Sean Bradley Alumni Invitational over at Trine University in Angola, Indiana. Both teams had a lot of top 8 performances, some provisional qualifying marks for the indoor national championships, so a lot of good things. several top 5 finishes as well in that top 10. So they were off to a good start. I know Coach Schwarting was pleased with how they responded. Again, and you're talking about that's a team that hasn't competed since early December. So good start for them. They're actually back in action this weekend. They got invited to an indoor meet over at Notre Dame. So they'll get to see some really good competition this weekend and see how they shape up.
And volleyball, where are we now?
So men's volleyball, they played their first 3 games of the season last weekend after the week before having 3 matches canceled. They got off to a 3-0 start, swept Maryville last Tuesday in here, then continued on Friday with a 4-set win over New Jersey Institute of Technology, and then beat St. Francis in straight sets in here on Saturday. So good start for Coach Friend and his ball club as they're now in the latest AVCA rankings. They moved up to number 7 this week.
Oh, nice.
And they've got a big matchup in here Friday night against 5th-ranked Long Beach State at 7 p.m.
How'd the women do?
Women's volleyball had won the conference tournament. Won the conference regular season and postseason GLVC tournaments, and then unfortunately had to play same UMSL team that we had beaten in the conference tournament championship. One of the problems with the Division II tournament setup, but it is what it is. It's not going to change anytime soon. So, unfortunately, we had to face a common opponent for the 3rd time in the span of about a month. And I mean, it was a thrilling match. It unfortunately lost in 5, but a great season for Coach Laura Lee Smith and her group. Just they continue to set a high standard, and with the number of consecutive NCAA tournament appearances, which I believe is 14 or 15 now, minus last year when there was no NCAA tournament because the fall championships were canceled. So. Great run for their team. Jamie Poppin was the second, had 2 All-American honors. She was second team All-American in one and 3rd team All-American on another. Ava Venema, Lauren Stinman, and Juliana Van Loo were all 3rd team, honorable mention All-Americans. So a lot to be proud of for last season. I know one of the goals that the team set and they accomplished was they wanted to win the conference tournament, and they were able to fulfill that goal, again, winning in 5 sets over a very good Missouri St. Louis club.
Well, we talked about that obviously all the time, and in basketball, there was a few years ago we had to play Bellarmine when they were number 1 in the country 3 times in a week. There's only so much you can do, and obviously women's volleyball, it's that same thing. They go by regions, and we always have to butt up against the region next to us, which a lot of times we're the 2 best regions in the country, and so that's first round you can be one and done and still be one of the top 4 teams in the nation. Yeah,
and you can be, and I mean that's just like I said, that's just one of the things about the Division II regionalization model is, our conference, we're paired up with the Great Lakes Intercollegiate Athletic Conference and the Great Midwest Athletic Conference, and really we can lament the fact that we had to play UMSL again for a 3rd time. Well, we kind of put ourselves in that situation with some of the matches that we lost earlier in the season, where maybe, not saying we could have totally avoided UMSL, but maybe we don't play them in the 1st round. And, people are sitting there, well, they need to switch regions, or they need to do this. I go, okay, that's fine, but just because it may be fair for our region to maybe swap with the Central or something, you've got some regions that are really spread out. You've got the West region, you've got schools in Hawaii, and they may have to come, then you may be sending them all the way to Texas or something. I mean, it's just, unfortunately, it's the model we have, and I know it's been looked at, but, just trying to find what a better solution is, it has been a challenge.
And in the pandemic especially, it's just not going to change. It just isn't. No. It just isn't. So bowlers, always, every time I look, they're doing well.
Yeah, Scott Taylor's got his ball club. They're rolling right along, no pun intended there.
But it works. It works.
It works. I mean, they've had several top 10 finishes this year. I know they had a strong finish yesterday to finish 10th at the meet they participated in this past weekend, so I know he's excited about where his ball club is headed for the second half. And one team, a couple teams I forgot to mention, men's and women's soccer had another great year. Women's soccer made the conference tournament for the third time in 4 years. Had a tough draw in the first round, ended up losing to a Drury team that advanced to the second round of the NCAA tournament. Men's soccer, great finish, took 4th in the regular season in the GLVC standings, got a first round tournament game that they hosted here in the GLVC tournament. Unfortunately lost that game in overtime to Drury, but were still rewarded for their outstanding season. They got a bid to nationals as the 7th seed. They traveled out to Lake Erie. They defeated 10th seeded Davenport 2-0 in the first round, getting a pair of goals late in the first half in that one. And then, about midway through the first half. And then advanced to the second round where they met the 2nd seed and host Lake Erie. Scored a late goal in the first half, taking 1-0 lead into halftime. Missed a couple other opportunities. Lake Erie scored a couple goals in the second half to win it. We had a couple chances late to try to tie, just couldn't get the equalizer. But hats off to Evan Feifels and his ball club. Double-digit win season, advanced to the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2013. 6 guys were named all-conference, which was second most, only behind UIndy, who advanced to the Final Four for the second consecutive year, and they had 7 guys earn all-conference honors. So, great season in the fall. Want to tip my cap to James Carney for the job his teams did. Both men and women advanced to nationals for the first time together in 25 years. Men finished with a 9th place finish at the national meet held in St. Leo, Florida, just outside of Tampa. The women were 18th. Men won their 2nd consecutive conference cross-country championship. Women finished 2nd, which we hosted here at the Lewis Cross Country course. So a lot of great performances this fall.
All right, so last thing for you is back to basketball. So these games aren't going to be made up. So do we just go into percentages, or how do we do this?
That's a good question, because last I heard, they were still talking about possibly a makeup policy.
Okay.
But I think we're getting into a situation now, and I don't know definitively, but just looking at where we are in the schedule right now, with the number of games especially the men would have to make up, we're talking 6 games. It would be a challenge to make all those up. But I will say this, 5 of the 6 games that we missed were teams that we're going to play again on our schedule. So we're going to go to Illinois Springfield. We're going to go to Southern Indiana. We're going to go to, we got Drury and Truman coming here. And we played McKendree, and we played McKendree for the first time in December. So I mean, the one game that maybe we should try to make up, in my opinion, would be the game against Missouri St. Louis.
So that's just what we talked about, that Missouri-St. Louis game that we'll try to maybe make up. We hope gets that done. That's Luke Rennie. I'm Mark Vasco. Sorry again, we had some audio difficulties on the radio side, but as we start the second half, get the ball to Bruno Williams. He banks it up and in, and we are back underway. So this year, we did away with the phone lines, as the three-pointer from the corner is good at the other end for Trimble. Because we had so much trouble with phone lines over the last few years, got away from that. Broadcasting via the internet now, and when it works, it sounds tremendous. But of course, today, the broadcast laptop keeps freezing. So if it's not one thing, it's another. Oh well. Nigo, left corner, Boucher. He'll drive, go all the way, reverse layup, good. Boucher with a pretty move. Thanks to Luke for the halftime interview. I'm not sure how much of that you heard, but an update on things besides basketball. Drive right side, Ross, the pull up from 8, no good. Nigo the rebound. 46-28, Flyers the lead in the ball. Played a minute here in the second half. Boucher underneath, Bruno Williams banks it up and in. Flyers trying to win their 5th in a row, trying to go to 3-0 in the league. Of course, again, we've missed 7 games straight thanks to COVID, and finally back on the floor. And hopefully, we can stay there for the rest of this season. Flyers are on the road after today for the next 3. And a little bump foul, I guess, on AK as Trimble tried to get position and bumped enough to draw the whistle. Halftime numbers. Flyers at 59% from the field to 31% for Lindenwood. And we get a steal. Sankaya picks off a pass, goes all the way. Dunks at the other end. We're leading rebounds, 21-19. Turnovers, they have 7 to the Flyers 4. We have 10 assists to their 4. We get another steal. Boucher steals the pass this time. No, then we get a traveling violation by Bruno Williams on the right side. 3-pointers, Flyers at 50%, 6 of 12. Lindenwood, 3 of 14, 21% from long range. 50-28 Lewis for right now. Lindenwood with it. Individually for the Lions, nobody in double digits yet. Trimble has 8, Burrell has 7, Caldwell has 7. Whistle before any shot, I think. A reach in on Boucher. So those 3 guys lead the way. They've got 4 from Suggs and 2 from Ross. And the fact that we have held Ross to 2 points, pretty astonishing. He leads them at 19 a game. He is 1 for 10 from the field. To talk about, let's shut one guy down. Well, they have, to say the least. At least so far. Go down low, we double team, and that means it's a tough shot for Suggs. He misses it. Flyers get the rebound. Boucher into the front. Lewis has Williams knocked away from him. It's going to be a steal. Picked up by Caldwell. He'll take a 15-footer, miss it, but a rebound comes down to Jacoby Ross. Back it out to start over. Boy, 1 for 10, that's amazing. I don't think he's going to have that happen too many more times. Bruno with a steal, but Trimble steals it right back again. Caldwell for 3, missed it. Flyer rebound. AK dives, it went off Bruno's foot. AK couldn't save it, out of bounds back to the Lions. Flyers have 17 for Sankaya, 7 of 8 from the field. 13 for Sales off the bench, 10 for Williams to lead the way. Then 4 for Bell, 2 for Boucher, 2 for Nego. Dre Bell has only played 13 minutes. It's not foul trouble, really. He might just be working his way back into shape. I think more than anything. So many of these guys have not played, haven't practiced. I think at one point we had 8 guys in the protocols. Lob up top. Catch it at the free throw line is Burrell. Turnaround jumper, no. Flyer rebound, Connor Nego. Nego has just 2 points in this game for us. 1 of 4 from the field, and yet we're up this big. Nego takes the 3 there, misses it. We get a rebound, Marquise Jackson. Stay alive. Dre Bell left wing for 3. Good! Dre Bell. 53-28. Nego got knocked to the ground after his 3. He was wanting a foul he didn't get. Go down low, and it's Suggs who gets a turnaround bucket from 6 feet away. 53-30 Lewis. 16:20 to play in the game. Hopefully that laptop will stay the rest of the way in this game. Something just popped up there. What is that? What is this laptop? Oh my goodness. What is that? Outside jumper, no good by Dre Bell. There's all sorts of things running in the background apparently that I can't stop. Sankaya, up top Bell. Left corner, Nego for 3, no, but a foul as he gets pushed that time to the ground and gets the call. As Trimble jumped into him trying to block the shot, and he could not. Except I bring up, task manager, and it says nothing's running in the background. Well, then things are popping up from behind, so guess what? Full break, 15:51 for the game. Flyers up 53-30. Back in a minute on the Flyers Sports Network.
Located just 6 miles from Bush University's campus and Route 53 and Interstate 55. Whether you're hosting an event or needing overnight accommodations, the Holiday Inn Suites Bolingbrook's got you covered. Visit them online at bolingbrookholidayinn.com.
All right, 15:51 to go. Flyers up 23 in this game. So a couple shots here, actually 3 shots coming for Connor Nego after he got knocked to the ground. That first one is good. Missed that one. There's one more coming. And that one around and in. So 2 out of 3. And coming into the front court, Lindenwood. Flyers by 25 with 15:40 remaining in the contest. Ball knocked out of bounds. Marquise Jackson says that maybe it went off the other team. The official does not agree for now. They go inbound, 7 on the shot clock. Go right side towards the basket. Baseline jumper, around and out. Rebound. Oh boy, that's a shame. Nego and Jackson went up for it, and I think Marquise might have actually knocked it out of Connor's hands. So they catch a break, and they get to hang on to it. $20 on the shot clock after that deflection out of bounds. So time to set things up again for the Lions. They're top of the key with it. Long jumper, good. It's been a while. We'll finally get Ross going with that tray. 55-33. The score now. Inside 15 minutes to go in the contest. Bounce pass. Connor gets the dog. Well executed. Jackson to Nego. Cutting diagonally from the left side. Goes to the bucket and gets it done. 57-33 Flyers. As we approach 14 minutes to play in the game. Underneath low left, we triple team and thought we might get a shot block there, but no, working through it. Brandon Suggs, tough bucket there. Indeed, for the Lions. Underneath, Dre Bell trapped behind the basket, so goes outside to Bruno Williams. Try to go back down to Nego, but it's deflected away. The lob, and then Connor Nego gets the steal, falling out of bounds. He flips it to Bruno Williams. And after the steal, now Bruno will settle it in. And they'll run a little offense now. Left side, nothing there for Dre Bell. Jackson in the lane, leans in, scooping shot, no. Rebound comes down to the opposition. And what do they call? Traveling violation. Towards the bucket there. Almost Caldwell had skidded, and Flyers will get it back. So, back on the floor, the freshman Sales at the point guard. He'll bring it in. He and Jackson in the backcourt. Frerich's in there now as well with Williams and Nigo. High left side, Frerichs. Back Sales. Sales, now Williams. 9 on the shot clock for Bruno. Drop middle of the lane, split a double team, and they're going to say offensive foul as he did so. Good defense there by the Lions, and Lindenwood will get it back. Flyers still at 57.5% from the field, 32.5% for Lindenwood. 57-35 Lewis. Under 13 minutes to play. High right side for Burrell. Top of the key there to Trimble. Trimble will take a long two, miss it, and the rebound Nigo. He's on the run. He's front with it, left side. Looks for help. Finds Frerichs. Now to Jackson to get it started. Jackson sort of assuming the point guard now, as they've got Sales on the right wing almost as the off guard. Jackson drives, goes all the way right side, banks it up, no, draws contact. They're going to say actually contact before the whistle, or excuse me, before the shot. Flyers will bring it in right baseline. Buddy Zernich in the game for Lewis. Williams will sit. Lewis by 22, at 12:20 to play now. Frerichs left side. Sales. Sales top of the key, Jackson. Right side, Nigo. Lob over the top of Zernich as they fronted it. Lob over the top, but weak side help will block it away. Comes Lindenwood on the move. Rost on the right side, lays it up and in. You knew you were going to shut him down forever. He started to get more active in the flow. Eight for Trimble and a bunch of sevens now. Ross, Caldwell, and Burrell with 7 each. Whistle off the ball and hold. I think that's going to be against Kitchell. On the Lewis side, 17 for Sankaya, 13 for Sales, 10 for Bruno Williams. Time out on the floor, 11:41 to play. Lewis by 20, back in a minute on WJOL. .11:41 remains. Flyers up 20, 57-37. Lewis with it. 20 on the shot clock. Baseline right. Jackson to bring it in. Up top, Frerichs catch and shoot for three. High right of the arc. No. Rebound Lions. That'll be Trimble. Gets it to Keyshawn Batchman, 6'2" sophomore in from St. Louis by Mineral Area College. Lob it down low. Cononigo tipped it, trying to save it. Burrell, he can't. Lewis gets it. What it basically ends up as a turnover. Turnover wise, 10 for Lindenwood, 8 for Lewis. Zernich swinging around Nego, high left side. Frericks, he'll drive, go all the way, bank it up. Yes! Oh, they're going to say charge. Boy, tough call there on Frericks with the charging foul. Rebounds, Lewis only leads that by 1, 26-25. Story's been shooting. Lewis still at 55% to Lindenwood's 33% overall from the field. 20-point lead, 11 minutes to go. Trimble right side. Up top, Ross looks for help, finds Burrell. Back Ross for 3, high left of the arc. No. Offensive rebound. They'll keep it alive, kick it outside for a Trimble 3. That's good. All because Keyshawn Batchman got the offensive board. 57-40. Jackson goes all the way, now kicks it back outside where it's deflected and stolen. They're on the move. And that's going to be an offensive foul as Frericks then got in the way of Ross, who knocked him backwards. And it goes back the other way. Williams and Bell come in. Frericks and Jackson will come out. So our foul on the floor, Nego, Bell, Williams, Zernich, and Sales. Ross out on their side as they have Burrell and Batchman on the floor, along with Kitchen. Trimble. As they drive the right side, Bruno Williams gets fouled by the other man on the floor, Kevin Caldwell Jr. for the Lions. 2 shots coming for Lewis with 10-12 remaining and a 57-40 advantage. Again, Lewis finally back on the floor, but most of the games that they lost were home games. So after today, they go on the road, play Indy on Thursday, play Southern Indy on Saturday, then play at Springfield the following Thursday, the 27th. So 3 games on the road after today. They do not come back home until February the 3rd against Truman. That's our next broadcast. Feb 3 against Truman, men's and women's doubleheader. Free throw is good. Got them both 59-40 the lead, 10-10 to go. High right side, Burrell. A steal, oh, Bell knocked it away. Knocked it away twice, 2 different times. Caldwell went back to get it though, but good quick hands by Dre Bell. 10 on the shot clock. Caldwell looks for help finally. Batchman. Left side, Burrell. Shot clock to 3. He'll turn, spin, throw it up at the last second, miss it, and Flyers rebound. Good defense there by Lewis U. So 19-point lead in the ball, 9.5 minutes to play. Kaya back on the floor. Goes right side, Sales. Sales drives, back outside, Bruno. Good patience. Now Nego. He'll attack the basket, right side layup. Good job to deflect it out of bounds. Good block by Burrell. We'll keep it with 7 on the shot clock. We'll hope to talk to Coach Trost after the game. So when the conference website video, that's where you're watching this, signs off at the buzzer, you can go over to WJOL.com if you're out of radio range and at least get the postgame on the internet. Low left, turn, spin, Bruno Williams, left side, no, to beat the buzzer. Rebound comes down to Lindenwood. 59-40. Lewis out in front, zone defense. 9 minutes to play. Ross will take a 3 up top, miss it, on rebound, Sales. And there's going to be a foul on the rebound attempt by the bucket. Now, the black jersey there was Burrell. They're going to call it on Sankaya as those bodies bumped by the basket. I didn't see a whole lot there. Oh, they're actually going to call it on Nigo. Well, regardless, not much there, but what are they going to say? Offensive foul, push off, trying to get open to shoot it on Burrell. Flyers get it back anyway. So Flyers on the road for 3 after tonight as they try to stay in first place in the division, trying to go to 3-0. Williams, high left side, Sales, they run that weave. Now it's Bell. Bell to Sales for 3, high right of the arc, missed it, off the front of the rim. Rebound comes down, Batchman. They run the floor, right side, Burrell. And he runs over Dre Bell for the charging foul. He passed it away and then drilled Dre. Nigo will sit, Sankaya back in with 8:27 to go, and still the 19-point Lewis lead. On the Lindenwood side, next up for them, home games against Jewel on Thursday and Truman on Saturday. And then on the 27th of January, they go to Southwest Baptist. January 29th, they go to Rockhurst. And they come back on February 3rd against S&T. Whistle there and a foul on Lindenwood and Bruno Williams at the stripe. And one in bonus for Bruno. And the free throw is good. Free throw, good there. So nice job by Williams. 61-40 Flyers, 8:11 to play. Trimble. Back up Ross. Ross drives left, goes all the way, throws it up off the glass and in. So Ross having a nice second half. After that rough first half when he was just 1 for 10 from the field. But again, he knew that wasn't going to last. He's 3 of his last 5 from the field. He's got 9 now at least. Bell, and he stepped out of bounds. It's the old step back before you drive and you step out. And the media break, 7:32 for the ball game. 61-42 Flyers. Back in a minute on WJOL.
Sweet Tree, located at 143 East 9th Street in Lockport, as well as their new location at 23836 West 135th Street. The donut shop offers over 28 varieties of freshly made donuts, as well as a full assortment of specialty donuts. Loose sticks and snack kits, and I can send off any order with a valid ID, and either their Lockport location, the donut shop, or a sponsor of Flyer Athletics.
My wife texted me. You guys, that's hard. They got Oscars now.
.32 remains. 61-42 Flyers out in front. Again, the 17 for Sankaya still leads. 7 of 8 from the field with 10 rebounds. So double-double for him. Nigo, I'd say he'd get a double-double, but he needs points to do that. It's the 9 rebounds that he's doing really well in, but just 6 points offensively. Haven't needed him to score too much. Again, the 17 for Sankaya, 14 for Bruno Williams, 13 for Sales to help lead the way. Up top is Ross. Oh, and he threw it away, tried to get it to Trimble on the wing. He wasn't there yet. Ball goes into the stands. Oh, they're saying that we touched it? I didn't see that. Lindenwood to bring it in, side court left. Ross high left of the arc. Through a double team, a reach in foul. As we try to knock it away. And Ross is fouled by Bell. 61-42 Lewis, 7:14 to go. They're mopping up some wet spots on the floor. Lob it in to Trent Champagne. Ross, right side Trimble, takes a 15-footer, good. Faked a long shot, took a dribble, hit the mid-ranger, and 61-44 inside 7 minutes to go. Sales into the front. Right side Williams. Back Sales, left corner, Drabell wide open for three. Missed it. Rebound comes down to the Lions. Back the other way in Ross. Left corner, Trimble. Back up Ross, who will drive, go all the way, bank it up and in. Quick move by Ross. He's in double digits finally. 61-46. The Flyer lead is start to creep back in here. Right side Williams.
Watch the skip, Brandon.
Sankaya. He's been stuck on 17 for a long, long time. Now it's Bruno, 8 on the shot clock. Williams from 17, missed it. Rebound tipped around. Sankaya, no! Well, he was there, tried to flick it with his fingertips and missed it. Lions the other way. Tell you what, Flyers have stopped scoring. They're lucky Trimble missed that three. Because if he hits that, this is a different story. And Lewis needs to get back on track offensively. Coach Trost is going to call timeout because of it. So 30. They're going to make it a full. They're going to make it a full. So full break, 61-46. Flyers lead, 5:47 to go. Back in a minute on WJOL and the Flyers Sports Network. Tasty Waffle Pancake House in Romeoville, family owned and operated since 2006, and offers some of the best breakfast and lunch fare in the region. Located at 632 South Weber, the Tasty Waffle Pancake House, open from 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily. Stop by tomorrow morning or visit them online, tastywafflepancakehouse.com. Our right side is Bell. Bruno Williams skip pass to Sales. Left baseline. Tried to dish it middle to Ego. Knocked away. Ball's loose. Lions up with it. They're on the run. Our right side. They'll launch a tray high right of the arc and hit it. Champagne with the bucket. All of a sudden, with 5:22 to play, 61-49. Closest Lindenwood's been in a while. Flyers run that weave. But again, Lewis has really stopped scoring for the most part here in this second half. Bell right side lost his balance, but somehow was able to bounce it to where Nigo could come get it and save it. Sales, back up Williams. Bruno, 15-footer, around and out in heavy traffic, and Lindenwood the rebound. Ross will drive, go all the way, lay it up and in. We got a ball game. 61-51 with 4:44 to play. So this thing is a long way from over now. Largest lead was 55-30. That 25-point lead is down to 10. And with 4.5 minutes to go, that's a lifetime with just 10 points. Flyers have got to figure out a way to get scoring again. Sankaya, high left, Sales for three. Missed it. Rebound, battle for Bell. Puts it up, no, but a foul and Dre Bell to shoot two. So key offensive rebound for Dre Bell. Lindenwood, 38% from the field, but the Flyers, who were about 57% for quite a bit of this ball game, all of a sudden down to 47%. And their threes, they were at 50% for a long, long time. Now 7 of 19 from beyond the arc. Free throw good for Dre. 62-51. Again, our women won 73-68. That's a key win for them.
Shooter!
Free throw good there by Dre. 63-51, a lead back to a dozen. Coming up on 4 minutes to play, and Dre Bell didn't mean to, but knocked into Burrell, knocked him down, and that's a foul well away from the basket. Over the limit, so one in bonus here for Burrell, the Morgan Park grad at 6'7" and a senior. Again, they do have Trayton Trice from Romeoville High School, a freshman, on their roster. Have not seen him tonight. Free throw missed, AK the rebound. Right side, Bruno Williams. High left side to Bell. Dre finds Nigo at the point. Looks down low for AK. They lob it over the top to get it to him. They double it, so flips it back outside. Good quick passing. 4 on the shot clock. AK drives, puts up the shot around and off. Rebound battle 4, and way back out to Sales. We get a new clock. That's huge now with 3:30 to play. The 12-point lead to maybe run another 30 seconds or close to it. Bell left side on the wing. Underneath Nigo. They double him, so back out to Bell. Bruno for 3. Missed it off the high side of the arc, and the rebound comes down to where? Out of bounds and a whistle. I think the foul is going to be on Lindenwood. I think we're going to go to the line in a second. But first off, 3:15 to go here in this one with a 63-51 Flyer lead. The Donut Shop, Flyer fans, the Donut Shop's in Lockport. It's the perfect spot to indulge in the area's finest sweet treats. Located at 1143 East 9th Street in Lockport. So it's a new location, 23836 West 135th Street in Plainfield. Donut Shop offers over 28 varieties of freshly made donuts, as well as a full assortment of specialty donuts. Lewis students and staff get 10% off any order with a valid ID at either the Lockport or Plainfield locations. Donut Shop, proud sponsor of Flyers Athletics. And Flyer fans, the Golden Corral in Bolingbrook offers an endless buffet of delicious comfort food classics. Located at 381 Brookview Lane in Bolingbrook. Stop by and sample their fried chicken, meatloaf, pot roast, and freshly carved sirloin. Golden Corral offers a complete salad and dessert bar. Along with a wide variety of side dishes, create your own unique and perfect plate. Golden Corral in Bolingbrook. Our partner, Lewis Athletics. Talking about food, it's making me hungry. Cheddar's Scratch Kitchen, serving up homemade American classics at wallet-pleasing prices. Visit today, Remington Boulevard in Bolingbrook. Order online at cheddars.com. Again, Lewis faculty and staff, 10% off your orders with a valid Lewis ID. Cheddar's Scratch Kitchen. Get a lot for not a lot. Visit Cheddar's on Remington in Bolingbrook. Two shots for Connor. And the free throw is no good. One more coming, and to complete the restaurant run here, Flyer fans, go to fatrickies.com today for the area's best pizza, pasta, burgers, wings, and more. See why the deep dish pizza was voted #1 in Chicago by the Trib and WGN. Stop by Fat Ricky's in Romeoville, 646 North Independence Boulevard. Mention the Flyers. Set free throw good. All Lewis faculty and staff, students, alumni, parents, 10% off your order all year long. Put your order in tonight at fatrickies.com. So 1 out of 2 from the free throw line. A 3 from the left corner is good. Burrell hits the tray. And a timeout with exactly 3 minutes to play. The Flyer lead back to just 10 at 64-54. Our next home game, again, Thursday night, February 3rd. So we're on the road for our next 3. Hopefully we'll get them all in. So February 3rd, we're back on the air. The Flyers take on Truman State. Men's and women's doubleheader here at Neil Carey Arena. Women tip off at 5:30, our pregame at 5:15. And to follow somewhere around 7:30 to 7:45 in that area, as always. And again, tickets are always available at flyers.com. But again, our ticket issue now, because of the latest COVID run, is that students are not really allowed in the gym. And the same for the general public. It's basically each player, it's more for the parents. You know, each player gets 2 tickets on a pass list. That way, it limits who's in, and then we know who's in, you know, for contact tracing and all that kind of stuff. And because we don't want to lose any more ball games to COVID. So there's just a handful of fans in here tonight. It just is what it has to be until things get better. Nigo high right. Sankaya right wing. Al Jackson. Bell left wing, shot clock to 9. Over the top to Sankaya. And what do they say? Ooh, Marquise Jackson touched it. He was out of bounds. He had half of a foot out of bounds behind the basket, but he touched a deflection. So it's going to be Lindenwood ball, 2:35 to play. 64-54, Lewis by just 10 now. Key possession for the Lions. Lindenwood right side. To Ross, who'll take the 3 and hit it. Ross with a huge 3. Wow. It's a 7-point game. It was a 25-point game not that long ago. 64-57. Flyers by 7, 2:26 to play. The official is actually going to review it just to make sure his foot was not on the line. So, momentary review here. Well, they make sure it actually was a 3. So Ross, who had that slow start, 1 for 10 from the field in the first half, came in as their leading scorer at 19 a game. How about his second half? He's 6 for 8 after he was 1 for 10. And he's now has 16 points to lead them. 13 for Trimble, Burrell with 10. So if you want to know why they're back in this game, he's a big reason why. Plus their defense has put the clamps on. Flyers against a full court press. 2:25 to go. The lead is just 7. Yes, it was a 3-pointer. Sankaya in the front. Drive left. Stop. They double team. Knock the ball and steal it away. Boy, their defensive pressure has really been impressive of late. Left side. Ross in the corner. Drive middle. Go all the way. Float it up. Yes, and a foul. Chance for a 3-point play for Ross. Wow. How about this? Unbelievable. Free throw, rattles it around and out. Connor Nigo gets the rebound. 1:59 to play in the game. 64-59. Flyers by just 5. Right side is Bell. Up top, Nigo. By left side, Frericks. What do they need? A bucket. A long three. Dre Bell is good! An NBA three for Dre Bell to save the day. Wow. 67-59 with 90 seconds to play. Runner in the paint. Good at the other end by Suggs. Wow. What a battle this has turned out to be. Unbelievable. Drive right side, Sankaya. Fouled. Steal attempt there by Caldwell. And the whistle.
Flags foul 11, Kevin Caldwell Jr. his third. For the Flyers,
Sankaya at the stripe. 67-61 Lewis. 1:13 to go in the game. AK at the line. Free throw is good. Wow. Back of the rim, front of the rim, back of the rim, and in. Oh my goodness. 68-61, 1:13 to play. On the way, good there, rattled that one in. Couple of key free throws for Sankaya. 69-61, 1:13 to go. Lewis by 8. Ross driving to the bucket, offensive foul. AK. Great job to get in the way. By the way, we continue to have trouble with the broadcast computer. So there's not going to be a post-game show tonight. So when the conference website signs off, then we're going to have to sign off as well. So I'll try to recap things as best I can. Ross, by the way, trying to single-handedly almost keep his team in this game. Up to 18 points. 7-point Flyer lead on the ball against the press. Frericks in the backcourt, he'll come front. Sales, double team, had it knocked away from him and a foul by Burrell. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. So 18 for Ross, 13 for Trimble, 10 for Burrell, 10 for Suggs. On the Lewis side, it's 19 for Sankaya, 14 for Williams, 13 for Sales, 12 for Dre Bell to help lead the way. Sales at the stripe. Flyers down to 46%. Lindenwood up to 42%. That's the other reason this game is tightened up. All right, so 14 for Sales. Flyers trying to go to 5-5, 3-0. Lindenwood would drop to 6-9, 2-5 if they can't come all the way back here. Free throw good by Sales. He got them both. The lead is 10. 53 seconds to play in the game. Left side, drive to the bucket, go all the way Ross. Fouled by Jackson. 2 shots coming for Ross. How about the fact Ross came in at 19 points a game? He was 1 for 10 in the first half, and he's going to get his average because of the second half that he has had. That is a veteran. That's a senior, playing like a senior, coming up big. Free throw, good. He's got his average right now at 19. Will he get to 20? 47 seconds to play, 71-62. And he's got it. 71-63, 20 points for Ross. I think they're going to have an offense-defense substitution, so Ross comes out for a second. They bring in the much taller Suggs to guard the inbound man on the press. We called timeout just before the 5. We were going to get it to Frericks, and Frericks stumbled. So great job by Bruno to throw it to Frericks, so that would have been a turnover. So we just barely got the timeout in time. So 47.6 seconds to play, 71-63. Flyers in the lead for now, but this is not over. Again, our biggest lead was 55-30. 25 points. Lindenwood led 16-14. They haven't led since, but they also have not gone away. Turnovers dead even at 14, and 14's a lot for a Flyers squad, I can tell you that. Rebounds, Lewis leads that 35-31. Ross with 20. Trimble 13. Burrell and Suggs with 10. Again, 19 Sankai. 15 for Sales. We get it inbounds to Sales. 45 seconds. Now to Frericks. He'll come front with it, and he'll get fouled. And he didn't just get fouled. He got drilled by Brandon Suggs. Just run over from behind. And Frericks at the line to shoot 2 with 42 seconds to go. I mean, it wasn't on purpose. He was trying to reach down and knock the ball away, but it's one of those like soccer fouls that would have been a yellow card. Like, okay, you went for the ball with your leg, but you hit the guy and knocked him for a loop. Frericks gets the first one. 72-63 with 42 seconds to go. Got them both. 10-point Lewis lead. 42 seconds remain. They come front. Quick drive all the way to the bucket. Lay it up and in for Caldwell. That didn't take long. 73-65. 37.5 seconds to go. And another 30-second timeout. And women won. Men trying to hang on and get their victory here. And again, some decisions to be made here certainly soon about whether or not games will be added, whether or not the conference tournament will be expanded, all those different kinds of things, because so many teams have had to miss games. Now, the Flyers hit probably the worst of all with losing 7 games in a row, 6 of them in conference. And Lindenwood women lost 3 straight. The men had to lose 2 straight. We still do not have the services of Dion Edgen, one of our key big men, transferred from the UIC Flames, who Coach Rocco, again, before we turn our recorder on, was saying how key it is to lose in A, because we've got some teams with some big men coming up. Plus, Dion had really come on in his, into his own in the last few games, and really got comfortable with this team. And we need him back on the floor. Might get him back this weekend, but doubtful. Full court press. Flyers to bring it in. Up 8, 37 seconds to play. Get it into Frericks. Now back Bruno. Bruno is fouled, and Bruno to the line. Super bonus. 2 shots coming. 34.5 seconds to go. Trying to hit them both to get it back to 10 points. Champagne was brought in basically to foul. And Bruno to the strike. Bruno with a good game. 14 points. How about this? Sankaya today, 19 points, 12 rebounds. Nigo, 7 points, but 10 rebounds. Free throw missed by Bruno. Just to keep things interesting. Again, 19 for Sankaya, 15 for Sales, 14 for Bruno. Can he get number 15? He does not. Missed that one as well. Still an 8-point game. 30 seconds to go. Caldwell for 3. Got it. High left of the arc. Caldwell with a big 3. 5-point game. 28 seconds to go. We throw the home run ball to Connor. All the way. Lays it up. No, but a foul. Connor to shoot 2. 26 seconds to go. Well, now you're in a position where you've got to hit the free throws then. You can't miss any more. Bruno missed both of them. You got to get at least one.
We have a 10 seconds.
And now because of that, Connor's pretty much got to get both of these to get it to a 3-possession game. First one's perfect. 26 seconds remain, 74-68. that one, good as well. So a couple of big free throws by Nigo. He's 1 point away from his double-double. 75-68 Caldwell for an NBA three, airballed it out of bounds to Lewis. Now they want a tip. I didn't think so. And now they want them to look at the video. They thought it was tipped. 19 seconds to go, 75-68, Lewis by 7 in the ball. Now the Flyers are begging for a replay review here.
Previous play is under review.
Well, they're going to take a look at it just in case. They basically talked their way into a review, so we'll see. Maybe they're right. I didn't see it, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen. I'm up here up top, looking down at it. 19 seconds to go, 75-68 Flyers by 7 and the ball for now. See how that goes. So maybe they'll be able to get Edgin back for the weekend, but again, you've got to pass a couple of tests, and the bus leaves on Wednesday, and, you know, for the Thursday first game, all those kinds of things. So it's unlikely he'll rejoin him this weekend. Well, it was not deflected. Flyers to bring it in. Get it in. And Dre Bell fouled. Oh, goodness. And he turned a knee. Ay, ay, ay. Either that or he grabbed his, I'm hoping he's grabbing his calf and not his knee. Yeah, I think he's got a knee. Okay, that's better than a knee, I can tell you that. He's got a calf cramp. 17.7 seconds to go. Not that that's fun, but a calf cramp. 17.7 seconds to play. Lewis leads at 75-68, and Dre Bell will go to the line. Dre says he'll shoot it, but I think if he makes that second one, they're going to take him out.
For the Flyers, at the line, 2 shots.
First one is good. Wow. He's in pain, though. He better make the second one, because if he doesn't, he's got to stay in the game, and he can barely move. This is a key free throw for a lot of reasons. Missed it. Rebound comes down to the opposition. 14 seconds to go. Ross drives. Frericks blocks the shot. They get an offensive rebound. Missed that. Sails the rebound. 7 seconds to go. Flyers are going to win it. Whew. Well, dodged a bullet. 76-68 your final. Flyers win it to go to 3-0, 5-5. Lindenwood drops to 6-9, 2-5. 25-point lead. Lindenwood did not give up. Give them all the credit in the world for making it a game. 76-68 is your final. Sankaya 19-12 to lead the way. A 9-point, 10-rebound game for Nigo. 15 for Sales, 14 for Williams Bell with 13.